Listen up, kids. Tell your parents to hand over that phone or hand over that computer, because this one's for you. So I want to share with you a kit I put together just for high schoolers or even college kids, anyone that goes to school. This could even be used for work. So parents, come on back. You can watch this one too. I wanted to build a small kit, something you could put in a cargo pocket, something you could put in a backpack or briefcase, something that you could just put away, forget about it. It's there when you need it, if you need it, and it's full of stuff that just might come in handy. These days, you never know what's going to happen, and school lockdowns are unfortunately becoming more and more of a reality, whether it's an active shooter situation, God forbid, or just a natural disaster, a bad storm, a tornado, an earthquake. You may be in a lockdown situation or a shelter-in-place situation where a kit like this may come in handy. Now, since I built this kit for younger kids, I didn't include a knife. Chances are you probably can't carry a knife if you're in high school. Now, if you're in college or you take a kit like this to your job, feel free to put in whatever you feel is necessary. For this kit, I chose this small Chums case. Again, size-wise, I wanted it to be small enough to fit down in, let's say, a cargo pocket, something that you could ditch your bag, grab and go. I like that it's high visibility. I like that it has these seam sealed or these kind of rubber sealed zips. So let's say you had it down in a backpack or something and your water bottle spilled, chances of getting this wet are pretty slim. Again, you're looking for something that's small size, something that you could just grab and go if the need came about. You could also use something like one of these small micro kit organizers. This one's from Maxpedition. These would work great as well, but again, I liked the high visibility and I liked the extra pockets on this little Chums case. On the outside of this particular pouch, there's a small zippered compartment, and in here I put some small first aid items. So let's take a look here. I have a couple packages of Advil. Now you can pick these up at a gas station where they have the little singles, whether it be pain reliever, whether it be like anti-diarrhea medication or antihistamine or something like that. You can put the things that you need, plus maybe any prescription medication that you might require. You could put that in this little kit. But Advil is something that I always need handy. I get headaches, whether it's stress headaches, tension headaches, especially those of you in school, you know how that can happen. So having a little pain reliever is a must-have. Then I put a few little Band-Aids in here. These are pretty cool Band-Aids that I found. They actually have the antibiotic ointment right on the pad itself, so you don't need any additional antibiotic ointment. These would be great if you got scraped up, cut yourself, anything that would require a Band-Aid. These are a great thing to have. So let's go ahead and look at the contents of the main pocket here. Now you're going to notice the theme. When putting together this kit, I selected a lot of orange items. They're high vis. I personally like the color orange. Color really doesn't make a big difference. I did it for the high visibility and also to know that this is the stuff that goes with this kit. So right up top here I have a survival whistle. Survival whistle is a very handy item in the event of survival. Let's say you have a natural disaster hit your school or your building, your office, for example. A lot of schools these days are multi-story, so you could get stuck on the second story, maybe even stuck on the roof, for example, in a fire or an earthquake, or even an active shooter. Again, God forbid, you could be trapped in a room in the second story of a building, and you could signal rescuers with this whistle. It's also a great defensive item. You or a group of people that you're with being attacked, for example, can blow the whistle, and chances are you're going to signal for rescue. Next item is lip balm. Now this particular lip balm also has sunscreen. So let's say you went on a field trip, for example, forgot your sunscreen, you could use this for that as well. But lip balm has many, many uses, and it also obviously helps prevent chapped lips. Next item in the kit is a lighter. Lighter can definitely come in handy, again, in a natural disaster or something like that. It's cold outside, you have no option but to start a small fire. Now, if lighters are prohibited at your school, please do not put one in this kit, but I thought I would include one in mine. Next up is a thing of Tic Tacs. Now, a little bit of sugar goes a long way. Maybe you have to shelter in place for several hours, you're hungry, you can suck on one of these or any other candy that you like. Maybe throw a Jolly Rancher or two in there, maybe other types of mints, maybe throw some gum in there. This can go a long way. I like the Tic Tacs because you could give them out to multiple people. and it does go a long way to relieve some tension and relieve some stress. Plus they're orange, so I put them in this kit. Next up, I have just this little memo book. Memo book is very handy for obviously writing down notes, but let's say something does happen at your school, you get a description of maybe someone who stole a vehicle or someone who committed some other crime. You could write that information down at the time that you're seeing it, and so that you could give that information to the police at a later date. I also included a small little Sharpie in here. Again, if you had to administer first aid or CPR or something like that, it's a good idea to write the time down on the person's forehead. You could do that, or you could use this memo book for that as well. Next up, I have a flashlight. This is just a little jet beam flashlight, a little AA flashlight. A AA or a AAA flashlight is probably a good idea because those are fairly readily available. If you were at an office, for example, for an extended period of time, you wore out the battery, chances are a remote control for a TV or other electronic device would have a spare battery that you could pop in this flashlight. So I picked it because it was small and because it takes a standard battery. Next, I have a power bank. Now, most kids are going to carry a cellular device these days. A cellular phone, especially a smartphone, is a very handy device, not only for signaling and communication, but for reference, first aid reference, for example. So keeping that charged is a priority for me, and I like these little small Anchor battery banks. This one is a very small one that has 5,200 milliamps, so you could probably get 1 or 2 charges off of this. But these are great, something that you should definitely have in a kit if you go to school. Finally, there's another little zippered pocket on the inside, and in there I threw some very small items that I didn't want to fall out if I'm just opening the case for something else. I have this little lightning cable. This goes to my iPhone. Obviously, I can plug that in to my Anchor here, and then that's going to allow me to charge up my phone. I wanted a very small cable, something that I could stow away in this little pocket, and something that wouldn't tangle and have cords all over the place. So I like that, keeping it small, keeping it simple. And the final item in here is a small thumb drive. You never know when you may need a thumb drive. Maybe you forgot yours. You need to copy some documents or something like that, especially in high school or college. This is a little Lexar 16 gig thumb drive. It's a very, very tiny thumb drive. It's no bigger really than the USB itself, and it has a little cover to it. So I like that. You could throw a little lanyard. I'll probably do that. Throw a little tie or something on it so that I don't lose it. But again, this little case with the little pocket on the inside makes that nice, and again, it's orange. So that's it for my school survival kit. Now, things that aren't in here that you could possibly put in here would be a compass, although most people in most schools, most offices are going to be more in an urban environment and you're going to know your way around. So I really didn't see the need for a compass. You could put more fire starting implements in here, like little quick tinders and wet fires and things like that, but again, I really didn't see the need for a school survival kit. Again, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Give this video a big thumbs up for me. Make sure you leave me a comment below. What would you put in the kit that I may have missed? Please share this video to your friends and family or kids. Share this all over your social networks to your friends, and make sure, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to my channel for more videos.